Ainur Tursynbaeva with guests of the studio cooks dishes of Oriental cuisine. Qazaq Live, Tagam.
Hello friends, today we start our first show. As you can see, I have a walnut in my hand. According to experts, walnut is very useful for the human body. In particular, it's an indispensable product for improving brain function. We will ask today's guest for what purposes we may use walnut. Our guest is a favorite Kazakh singer, Zarina Omarova. Zarina, welcome to our studio. We are very glad to see you. Thanks, I'm also happy to be here in your kitchen, Ainur. Usually, girls in the field of art are considered not doing the chores. You can always see them at the parties or hanging out. So you might think, do they ever cook? Zarina, what are we going to cook today? Today we're going to cook the Tajik national dish. We will use this walnut. The most important things are walnuts and raisins. This is an unusual, sweet dish. So Zarina, let's not waste time. I will help you. I wish you good luck in today's program. The name of today's sweet dish is yachminch. Many people have never heard of it. That's true. It's a sweet dish, but usually we avoid sweet food because we can get fat, gain weight. Yes, so it should be eaten only in the daytime. It's better to eat it only during the daytime. Don't eat it in the evening. Okay. Before we get into the conversation, let's be clear about what we need. First of all, we need a walnut. We're going to fry it. Next, you will need raisins and crackers. All this we will mix in a blender. Then we will add honey. In the end, we'll wet our hands and shape it into a circle. Wow, based on the products, it's clear that the dessert will be sweet because of honey and raisins. So let's start frying. Yeah, let's start frying. We turn the stove on. We will fry nuts without oil because walnuts have enough oil in it itself. Here I want to add a helpful tip for girls, because our main viewers are girls. In general, if after buying walnuts, cashews, or almonds, you wash them well at home and fry it in the same way as Zarina did, then the nuts will be clean and tasty. Let me give you a spoon. Here's your spoon. When I first saw you on TV, you were a chubby girl. I'm ashamed to say, but the second and the third time I saw you, you were very plump. Yes, indeed, I looked 20 years older, like a grown woman. I can't say that you looked like a grown woman. It suited you. Yes, you were very fat. Yes, I was fat. What was your weight? 95 kilograms. If the weight was 95 kilograms, then this is not already plumpness. Yes, of course, but I knew it was not easy to lose weight. Probably all the girls know about it. Now we came to the most interesting point, how to lose weight. It's a sport and diet. The most important thing is diet, only diet, and then work and work again, sport. During 3 months, I've been on a diet without sports, but after 3 months, I came to the sport to give the body a little shape, to tighten the skin. How many kilos did you lose? Now I weigh 57, 56 kilograms. From 95 kilogram to 50 kilogram, it's about 35 kilogram. I've lost weight, 35 kilogram. Usually the skin hangs down when you lose weight by 15, 20 kilograms. Yes, They say it turns out that only with the help of sport you can tighten the skin. Only with the help of sport. So the truth is that human skin is elastic and can be pulled back, right? Yes, honestly, I spent 3 hours a day in the gym. I should have spent so much time, and my husband gave me that opportunity. I cook a meal and quickly ran to the gym. Did you just mention that your husband liked you even if you were plump? Yes. But if he allowed you to go to the gym, it means that he also wanted you to lose weight. When we attended weddings, events together, I noticed he was a little bit shy of me. Because you were fat. After losing weight, did your husband's attitude change? Of course. He became jealous. You may think, why am I asking you all this? Once I read an interview with a popular famous Russian singer. I will not mention her name. She plumped up to 100 kilograms. Then her husband stopped going out with her and got the habit of returning home late and sometimes didn't sleep at home. She said that she didn't follow her husband, but simply pulled herself together. Now her husband never leaves her side. Of course, I didn't face a situation like that. I always felt the love of my husband. He was just saying, you need to look good too. And he offered, let's have a bet. If you lose weight, I'll let you perform on stage. He knew it was hard for me to be without a stage. Of course, I'm happy. I'm a mother and a wife, but I miss the stage. He understood everything and said, if you lose weight, you will be able to perform on stage. I will not mind. I will only help you. And he joked, but you probably can't lose weight. You probably said to him, I'll show you. In fact, a woman can reach everything if she really wants it. It's a good tip for our girls. For women, gaining weight leads to lower self-esteem. And when the level of self-esteem falls, they say to themselves, no one needs me, and no one loves me. In many cases, when a woman wants to talk to her husband, he doesn't want to talk to her. The man doesn't respond to the request, let's talk. Thus does not give the woman the due attention. But when a woman starts taking care of herself, then a man will begin to pay attention to her. Therefore, if you feel that your relationships have cooled down and you have a doubt about his love, then immediately pull yourself together and then your husband will not take his eyes off you. Yes, you're right. I have a lot of friends who often ask, how did you lose weight? Earlier, while he was all about the work, you were spending the whole day with a child at home. And now he's always talking about you. His every second word is Zarina. How did you do that? I think I have become wise and started with myself. As a woman, sometimes I become jealous of my husband and start following him, checking his phone. But it turned out that to gain husband's attention, you just need to take care of yourself. This is the case. A man does not immediately leave his wife or find someone and immediately disappears with her. He starts his first steps toward it, comes home late, spends more time using his phone, and calls off to his family. And a woman starting to doubt either he's cheating on her or not. As soon as this kind of thoughts came to your mind, then it's a sign that it's time to tackle yourself. You're right. I know a few proverbs. You must know that. By the whiteness of a man's shirt, you can find out what kind of a wife he has. And by the woman's fur coat, you can determine how much a man loves her. What a good proverb. I have to write it down. Looking at how Zarina is transforming every day, becoming more beautiful, we can say that it's thanks to her man. A woman who is showered in love is always beautiful. Let your man be prosperous, let your children be happy. And now, let's go to the business. Let's take the blender closer to us. Turn off the stove. And we'll take this and put it here. This is still hot. The fat came out of the walnut. As a child, my father did not allow to eat walnuts, otherwise your voice drops. And I thought he didn't allow to eat them due to the scars of the walnuts. By the way, raisins are the dried grapes. You mentioned that your dad wouldn't let eat walnuts because it drops your voice. Here's a tip. If you're performing in front of an audience, it's best not to eat walnuts. That's true. Do sunflower seeds drop the voice too? Yes, they do. When we were little, Dad wouldn't let us eat sunflower seeds this time because they were served to guests. Sunflower seeds and walnut drop the voice, so you won't be able to sing. I knew that sunflower seeds drop the voice, but I didn't know that walnuts do too. Let's continue cooking. Let me taste it. I think we need to add some more raisins. Raisins add some sweetness to this dish. Now we add the crackers. One of our friends told us that at one time he ate only crackers. And one day after 2-day absence, he came home to sleep. While he was sleeping, his mother found these crackers in his pocket. In the morning when he woke up, his mother was crying at the bedside and was saying, "Son, why do you eat only crackers? If there's no money, then say it so." Now we add honey. Add honey and mix it again. And what will happen if you do not add crackers? I don't know, the recipe says to add it. Add 2 tablespoons of honey. In general, if you take 2 tablespoons of almonds, 2 tablespoons of walnuts, 2 tablespoons of raisins, half a lemon, mix it with 2 or 3 tablespoons of honey and eat it every day, on an empty stomach, you will get a real remedy to reduce blood sugar, cleanse the organism, because it has all the fats and all the acids. Recently, I've heard from one of the nutritionists that it's very useful. This dish is similar to it, if you do not add crackers. It's cooked easily and quickly. Now we come to the most interesting part. I need a small plate. We added walnuts, raisins, crackers, and honey. Now we need water, right? And now we'll give you the plates for the dish. Here you go. What an easy-to-cook dish. It's a good dessert for tea. Now let's get our hands wet and round it up. I got it. I think I've seen this before. It will be too sweet for tea, won't it? Can you give me this? Now roll it in the powdered sugar. It can be of any form, right? Yes. You can give it an oval shape, so it will be convenient to eat. Usually they add a lot of chemicals, so the chocolates and cookies on the store shelves didn't spoil very quickly. Unlike them, this is a pure product. We added honey, raisins, powdered sugar. That is, this product is without any chemicals. So if you want, you can safely give it to your children. Do your children eat a lot of it? Honestly, my kids don't eat that much of it. I usually cook it when I invite guests. Zarina, let's once again show our viewers this Tajik dessert. You too try to cook it at home. Even if the name is complex, it's very easy to cook. You can make it from the products you have at home. In my opinion, if you do not add crackers, you will get a real diet dessert. Now, what are we going to cook? We have cooked a Tajik national dish. Now we will proceed to the Qazaq dish. Our zhent. Now we're going to cook the Qazaq national dessert. What products do we need for it? We need oatmeal, raisins, butter, and sugar. Our national dishes are far from a diet. It's clear by the presence of oatmeal, butter, and sugar. But its nutritional value is very high. The taste is not inferior to Tajik dessert. Let's melt the butter for zhent. Now we are talking about the zhent. And where are you from? My father is from South Kazakhstan. I was born in Shymkent. But when I was 3 years old, we moved to Almaty. I ask because in Semey it is called not zhent but quspa. I've heard about it. Each region calls it differently. There is one tradition in some districts of Jambul region. When the bride's dowry is brought, a bucket of zhent is put in front of the dowry. My husband and I lived in Aktobe for several years. When I'm asked to bring something from Aktobe, I took zhent, oatmeal. In Aktobe, they make zhent well and pack them in beautiful boxes. They make a variety of types of zhent. In general, when I was in the western region, I was very surprised. I saw many types of zhent. Now, if you noticed in the most expensive restaurants of Nur Sultan, there are several types of zhent. There are especially beautiful frozen raisins. So beautiful. We are lazy to do it at home, but our grandmothers did zhent at home. Right? Yes, of course. My grandmother is 95 years old. Before, she used to cook a lot of zhent. I will start melting the butter. And I will add an oatmeal. In general, which oatmeal is better suited for the zhent? Wheat, I think. Is that enough? Do not count the oatmeal. Here's the oatmeal. If you add 1-2 tablespoons of sugar, I think it will be enough. Wheat, flour, sugar, butter. They keep you full for a long time. Our people do not know about a diet. Let's turn off the stove. So we added butter, raisins, raisins also have several types. There are yellow raisins, black raisins. Whatever kind of raisins you add, the taste of the gent will not change. We melted well the butter, so the gent can be given any shape. When the butter solidifies, the shape will be preserved. You can beautifully decorate it and serve it. There are a lot of types of desserts, and today, Zarina has prepared not one, but two types of desserts. One of them is a dessert of the Tajik people. The other is our national dessert. Now there are a lot of different sweets. Yesterday in social networks, one girl texted me that she knows how to cook 60 types of cakes. But nowadays, various harmful additives are added to sweets, no matter what type of sweetness it is. Therefore, I think that it's necessary to reduce the number of such sweets. Because now the whole world is struggling with weight and obesity. And even among young children, the obesity statistics are very high. Yes, that's right. Every day, girls are texting me, "How did you lose weight?" I say, "Girls, everyone thinks that at night you drink something and in the morning you wake up slim. But of course, this does not happen." Here, our gent is ready. How quickly Tajik and our dessert are prepared. All you need is desire. Nothing beats homemade food, right? Of course. Now we'll shape it and put it in the fridge. You can give it a variety of shapes. Do you often make gent at home? Honestly, no. I used to do it with my mother. And my mother-in-law. And myself, I'm cooking it for the first time here, in your program. I really like your honesty. Now I'm the host of the culinary program, but I used to work on different channels. No singer has said that he does not cook this dish. Everyone began the conversation with the fact that they were cooking it almost every day. So thank you for your honesty. Zarina, our gent is ready, and the Tajik dessert too. Now we'll freeze it in the freezer. How do you advise to serve it? It can be put in a small plates. This dessert can be made smaller. This one is frozen now, which is very convenient if you want to give them a different shape. It's very tasty. Everything in practice. If you love yourself, the world will love you too. Always be beautiful and attractive. Let the tables set by you be beautiful with delicious dishes on it. Let your life be meaningful. With these wishes, we say goodbye to you. See you on Qazaq TV.